Vasudevasam Tado Jayamudirayat Srinvada Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Hridyantasto Patrani Vidu Nodi Sukutsadam Nashtaprayeshu Padeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Hare Krishna. Today I am reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, verses 29 to 30. Text 28. Maya nirupidastubhyam padir atmasamadhina napi nandadi lokoyayam tvam abhadram asamadam. Maya, by me, nirupidiha, settled, tubhyam, for you, padiha, husband, atma, of the mind, samadhina, by meditation, na, never, Abhinandani, welcome, Logaha, the people, I am, these, Tvam, you, Abhadram, inauspicious, Asammadam, unacceptable, translation, and purport by Sri Tivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The king of the Yavanas replied, after much consideration, I have arrived at a husband for you. Actually, as far as everyone is concerned, you are inauspicious and mischievous. Since no one likes you, how can anyone accept you as his wife? Purport. After much consideration, the king of the Yavanas decided to make the best use of a bad bargain. Kalakanya was a bad bargain and no one liked her, but everything can be used for the service of the Lord. Thus, the king of the Yavanas tried to utilize her for some purpose. The purpose has already been explained, that is, Kalakanya as Jara, the invalidity of old age, can be used to arouse a sense of fear in people so that they will prepare for the next life by engaging in Krishna consciousness. Text 29. Tum avyaktagedir vungshva lokam karma vinirmidam yahi me pradhanayukta prajanasham pranashyasi. Tvam, you, avyakta whose movement is imperceptible, vungshva, enjoy, logam, this world, karma vinirmidam, manufactured by fruitive activities, ya, one, who, he, certainly, me, my Pratna soldiers, Yukta, helped by Praja Nasham, annihilation of the living entities, Pranashyati, you shall carry out without any hindrance. Translation. This world is a product of fruitive activities. Therefore, you may imperceptibly attack people in general. Helped by my soldiers, you can kill them without opposition. Purport. The word karma vinirmita means manufactured by fruitive activities. This entire material world, especially in these days, is the result of fruitive activities. Everyone is fully engaged in decorating the world with highways, motor cars, electricity, skyscrapers, industries, business, etc. All this appears very nice for those who are simply engaged in sense gratification and who are ignorant of spiritual identity, as described in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.4. Nunam pramada kurudevi karma yat indriya pridaya apnodi nasadu manye yada atmano ayam asanavi kleshata asiteha. Those without knowledge of the spirit soul are mad after materialistic activities and they perform all kinds of sinful activities simply for sense gratification. According to Rishabhadeva, such activities are inauspicious because they force one to accept an abominable body in the next life. Everyone can experience that although we try to keep the body in a comfortable position, it is always giving pain and is subjected to the threefold miseries. Otherwise, why are there so many hospitals, welfare boards, and insurance establishments? Actually, in this world, there is no happiness. People are simply engaged trying to counteract unhappiness. Foolish people accept unhappiness as happiness. Therefore, the king of the Yamanas decided to attack such foolish people imperceptibly by old age, disease, and ultimately death. Of course, after death, there must be birth. Therefore, Yamana Raja thought it was to kill all the karmis through the agency of Kalakanya and thus try to make them aware that materialistic advancement is not actually advancement. Every living entity is a spiritual being, and consequently, without spiritual advancement, the human form of life is ruined. Text 30. Prajvoya ayam mama prada tvam cha me bhagini bhava charami ubhayam loke yasmin avyakto bhima sainika. Prajvara named Prajvara, I am this mama, my brother, Tvam, you, Cha also, may, my Bhagini sister, Bhava, become Charami, I shall go about, Ubhayam by both of you, Loke in the world, Asmin this, Avyaktaha without being manifest, Bhima dangerous, Sainika with soldiers. Translation. The king of the Yavanas continued, here is my brother, Prajvara. I now accept you as my sister. I shall employ both of you as well as my dangerous soldiers to act imperceptibly within this world. Purport. Kalakanya was sent by Narada Muni to Yavana Raja so that she might become his wife. But instead of accepting her as his wife, Yavana Raja accepted her as his sister. Those who do not follow the Vedic principles are unrestricted as far as sex life is concerned. Consequently, they sometimes do not hesitate to have sex with their sisters. In this age of Kali, there are many instances of such incest. Although Yavana Raja accepted the request of Narada Muni to show respect to him, he was nonetheless thinking of illicit sex. This was due to his being the king of the Yavanas and Milechas. The word Prajvaraha is very significant, for it means the fever sent by Lord Vishnu. Such a fever is always set at 107 degrees, the temperature at which a man dies. As the king of the Mlechas and Yavanas requested the daughter of time, Kalakanya, to become his sister. There was no need to ask her to become his wife, for the Yavanas and Mlechas do not make distinction as far as sex life is concerned. Thus, one may outwardly be a sister, mother, or daughter and still have sex. Yavana Raja's brother was Prajvara, and Kalakanya was invalidity itself, combined and strengthened by the soldiers of Yavana Raja, namely non-hygienic conditions, illicit sex, and ultimately a high degree of temperature to bring on death. They would be able to smash the materialistic way of life. In this connection, it is significant that Narada was immune to the attack of Jara or invalidity. And similarly, Jara or the destructive force cannot attack any follower of Narada Muni or a pure Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Dirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I would like to seek blessings from all the assembled devotees. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcomings or adding my own interpretation. I collected points from senior devotees class to prepare this class today. We are ending the chapter here. This is very deep topic. The context is Narada Muni met a daughter of time called Jara. She was otherwise known as Durbhaga or ill-fated. She was wandering around the universe and met Narada Muni. She became lusty and proposed that he accept her as his wife. Narada refused to accept the request. She became very angry and cursed him and told him that he would not be able to stay in one place for a long time. She got disappointed, and with Narada Muni's advice, she approached the king of the Yavana, whose name was Bhaya or fear. King of Yavana knows that she is inauspicious and mischievous, but he thought she can be used for Krishna's service. How is that possible to use this inauspicious person for Krishna's service? Kalakanya is Jara or old age. She can be used to arouse a sense of fear in people with the help of dangerous soldiers, which is mentioned in text 29, who create different diseases so that they can be prepared for the next life by engaging in spiritual activities. And King of Evna said he will accept Kalakanya as his sister. Now Prabhupada is explaining here what does this mean. Basically, King of Evna, he want to have illicit sex with Kalakanya. In Kali Yuga, this is not uncommon, especially this king is a Mlecha or Yavanas. They do not follow any religious principles or dharma. Narada Muni is instructing Kalakanya to marry King of Yavana. Out of respect, he said, as you are just like my sister. If you marry someone, you are committed, but just like sister, friend, or living in relationship, there is no commitment or responsibilities towards that person. He can utilize this person without any compromise. This is called karma. According to Chaitanya Charitamrita, desire to please one's own sense is called karma, and the desire to please Krishna's sense is called prema. Most of the people are conditioned by the ethnic group they are born into. It is a very powerful conditioning, and people are identified with that ethnic group. So, what can we expect with the Yavanas and Mlechas? They don't follow any dharma or religious principles. If we look at Prabhupada's family background, he was born in a very aristocratic Gaudiya Vaishnava family, which is very fortunate and rare. His father, Gaura Mohan Dey, is a great devotee of Krishna. Prabhupada learned the basics of bhakti at a very young age and visited Sri Radha Govind temple, participated in all the rituals and festivals at a very young age, of course with the guidance of his father. Thus, he had a strong foundation in spirituality at a very young age. Because of this, Prabhupada became a great Vaishnava and saved many fallen souls. Here, King of Yavana accepted Kalakanya as his sister. Mlechas and Yavanas are in the mode of ignorance. They don't care. Anytime their enjoyment will be compromised, they will stop the relationship. They act as two-legged animals, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. They don't have dharma or higher principles to strive for. When someone is immersed in enjoying their life in terms of material sense enjoyment, they will naturally degrade their consciousness to the bodily level. Practicing spiritual life is simple when we understand who am I, who is God, and how do I engage myself in the service of Krishna. So we should be extremely careful in overly attached to the material sense enjoyment. Then we always think about what is good for our body, not for our soul. Time is the most valuable thing we have. Money we can get somehow. Think about what is the ultimate goal in life and make short-term and long-term goal to reach our spiritual goal. As a grahastha, we have to allocate our time for maintaining our own health, our family's health, finance, relationship, career, education, etc., but not at the cost of our spiritual life. Spiritual life is the topmost priority. We take care of everything so that we can practice our bhakti properly. We are doing everything to improve our devotion. Then everything will go smoothly. Thus, whatever we do, everything becomes spiritual. All the circumstances which we go through in our day-to-day life, whether it is old age, disease, different kinds of mysteries, such as Adhyatmika, Abhaudika, Adidevik, they all make us closer to Krishna more and more. Actually, we are very lucky following the higher principle, all because of Srila Prabhupada. We are not only learning the science of the relationship with Krishna, but also learning how to relate with others. Our likes, dislikes, perceptions are changing every day, even in Krishna consciousness. In conclusion, through the story of King Yavana, who is a Mlecha, and Kalakanya, who is a Jara or old age, we talk about the dangers of focusing on sense enjoyment and happiness. Our ultimate goal is the spiritual life, or go back home, back to Godhead, and stop the process of old age, disease, death, and rebirth. We should understand the goal of human life, which is to serve Krishna. I would like to end here. Vanja Kalpatarubhyascha